What is up everyone, it's CMG here. So today we got a whole lot more information surrounding the newest game mode coming in Overwatch 2 Season 16, Stadium, which will roll out on April 22nd. Now the first time we heard of this new mode was all the way back during the Spotlight livestream 2 months ago, where Blizzard announced the new perk system and new heroes on the way, including DPS hero Freya, who will drop in Season 16 as well alongside Stadium. Now, Stadium proves to be a whole new way to play Overwatch 2. It'll be based around a best of 7 round-based match structure with a cash earning system that will allow for unique player builds. These builds can be based around other members on your team crafting their builds to merge with yours so that you can devise a strategy amongst you and ensure victory for your team. The other main feature of this game mode is that you will now be able to play with your hero in third person as well as first person. In my opinion, I think this feature is considered to be a bonus one and doesn't necessarily change anything for me gameplay wise. I'm just someone who has been used to playing in first person since 2016 release, and that's all I'll play. Anyone else who's ever had that itch of wanting to play third person in Overwatch 2, well, now's that time to scratch it. Now, thankfully, Blizzard have provided a full layout of how Stadium will work in the game, all of which outlines what you can expect to happen when playing the mode. Before we talk about this, just want to say that if you like this idea for content and you want to see more of it, do be sure to hit the subscribe button. It's completely free to do and it helps me out a huge ton. Huge thank you to all of those who have done so thus far. Really appreciate it. So firstly, we have confirmation that Stadium will launch with 17 base heroes. That's about a third of the number of heroes in the game. This could mean one of two things. Either they're adding a small number to keep things basic, courtesy of the fact that it's a brand new game mode, and they'll add more heroes over time, or the fixed number of heroes for Stadium will always be 17 and they'll rotate the heroes for each season. So Season 17 might include a whole load of new heroes to be included in Stadium compared to what you might play in Season 16 as a way to keep things fresh and engaging. There will be no hero swapping, so once you pick a hero to play in the match, you are stuck with that hero for the entirety, and this makes a whole lot of sense, especially when you're midway into the game and you've spent cash on a loadout. Well then changing your hero hardly makes sense, right? You got to make sure that you build that hero and give them structure to help your team win with all the powers that you've built for them. It'll also be a standard 5v5 role queue, so I suspect that 1 tank, 2 DPS and 2 support structure will be the main aspect of how Stadium is played. So yeah, pretty basic there. Now, loadout building is all about earning as much cash as possible during matches and using it to purchase different items and powers in order to build a structural playstyle, and this can vary depending on what you aim to build. For example, if you're playing Genji and you choose to be aggressive, there will be suitable powers to purchase and customize accordingly in order to achieve this, and the same can be said for a more defensive Genji. There are endless possibilities to choose based on what your team need at any given time during your match, and you'll need to work together with said teammates and decide whether what you're building is what is needed for your team to succeed. If you're completely unsure of what to use, the game will provide example builds for you to get started on. Merging different power slots together will effectively form a style that the game itself will recognize, and by choosing this you can be sure that you'll play in that style for the rest of the game and feel comfortable. I think we're going to benefit from this feature because I do say this very loosely, very briefly played games like Valorant and Counter-Strike before, and although these games are more tactical shooters compared to Overwatch, they both have begin rounds where you customize builds, and I've always felt quite confused by this, so by including beginner builds to get started, it'll help me gradually get accustomed to the effects and perhaps make me want to change things up to try something else out when typical builds start getting stale. I hope that part makes sense. Now, game structure is fairly simple really. There are 7 rounds of play, most certainly each round being a different map. There will be a dedicated ranking system with exclusive rewards attached, including some really cool skins you can get for certain heroes who are featuring in Stadium. 3 modes will feature, which will be Push, Control and Clash, spanning 9 maps. One of these maps I believe is a new Push map that is in the form of a reworked Paris map. If you remember, Paris used to be a 2CP map. but it's been converted into a push map for Stadium. Whether this is actually going to be a core game mode for quick play or competitive, I would assume so, but let's find out. And finally, of course, there will be the distinctive feature of being able to play with your heroes in third person as well as the typical first person, so players can choose which type they wish to play. So there you go, that is all of the information that we know about the new Stadium game mode coming on April the 22nd for Season 16. Let me know in the comments what you think of this new game mode. Are you excited for it, or are you someone who isn't so sure? So this is going to be the end of the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this idea for content and you want to see more in the future, go ahead and click on the subscribe button, send a comment, like the video, and then turn on your notifications. It really does help me out a great deal. You can also check me out on all of my other social medias, my Twitter account, my Discord, and of course my TikTok, and let's not forget as well my Instagram and my Threads and my Blue Sky. Thank you for stopping by, chaps. Have a great day, have a great life, be nice to your fellow gamers because we're all human beings. I've been CMG as always. Until the next video, I shall see you later. Peace!